What's good, everybody? Welcome to Bowler's Paradise. My name is Ben. I'm a USBC Silver Certified Coach, and today we are taking a look at the all-new clone from Roto Grip. As we fire it up, scroll on down and hit that subscribe button. It's pretty rare to find honest cross-brand comparisons of bowling balls these days, and well, that's what we're best at. So if you like it, hit that notification bell too so you don't miss out. The all-new clone from Roto Grip comes in under the shadow of the previously released and then banned UFO Alert. That piece was arguably the most beloved out of all of the banned Storm balls, so it makes sense that they waited this long to bring out what can be argued as a replacement. The all-new clone features the cloned ET core with a 2.51 RG, a high 0.056 differential, and a 0.016 intermediate diff, wrapped in the all-new optitrax coverstock, finished out of the box with reactagloss. Notably, this is the first polished solid coverstock ball released by Storm Products in 2 years, and the first high-performance piece to feature this finish since the Hyroad X all the way back in 2018. For the layout, I went with a 5x4x4.5 2LS layout. With bigger asyms like this, I tend to prefer pin distances that are about 4.5 inches or longer, as they tend to give me a little more side roll off the spot. I had a very similar layout that worked on the DNA, so on the clone I just added a little longer pin to center of grip distance, as that helps the ball be more continuous for me through the pins, and I assumed that this was going to be so strong that it's going to need to have to be played from inside, so I needed it to get through the pins, and that 4.5 inch distance should aid in that. And on the lanes, to say I was impressed is actually a huge understatement. The hitting power through the pins was flat out off the chart and probably the highest of any ball we ever reviewed on this channel thus far. The clone gave me a shape that I just really enjoy, which was a welcomed reality, as the UFO Alert I had previously, I did not really enjoy at all. This clone reminds me a little bit of the Nova with its mid-lane control, but with more kick down lane. It reminds me of the Night Road with how it booms off the spot, but with more hook potential overall. That's my favorite part about this piece. It takes a number of different elements from different pieces I have enjoyed in the past and seems to have somehow put them all into one ball. Now mind you, this is all with the caveat that this is on a house shot, and I don't actually think the clone is going to be great for me on sport conditions, but when I have free hook and can get inside with a piece that pairs control and down lane pop like this, you can bet your last dollar it's the one I'll be putting on the rack. When I think of pairings that would work well with the clone, the Duo and the Summit seem like the best options to run alongside it. The Summit is a bit cleaner than the clone and just slightly less in overall strength, but gets off the spot much differently. The Duo is definitely cleaner than both and weaker, but it also has much more forward roll than both the clone and the Summit, so putting those three together for a league arsenal would basically have all of your bases covered to play both in your comfort zone and still carry the corners. For our cross-brand comparisons, I first started with the Ebonite 1 Remix. This and the clone are pretty darn similar in core and cover and finish, and while the one has more games on it, it's also clear what the differences are between it and the clone. The 1 Remix is much more tame off the spot and is way rollier, so dealing with the carry down on this lane was not in its wheelhouse. The clone is stronger and more suited to this condition, but the 1 Remix is better when you have to keep your angles in front of you. For the second comparison, I grabbed the Jackal Ghost from Motive. Now I know that these pieces are substantially different, but the Ghost could hardly hold a candle to the clone. These two balls had to be played in completely different parts of the lane to look right, and when I would get the Ghost inside of like 6 down lane, it just would not get off the spot, while the clone would split the 8-9. Now this doesn't mean that the Ghost is that much worse, but it does show that even though balls may seem slightly similar, they're definitely not. So with that, here's my recommendations on the types of bowlers that I think would match up well with the clone. The first is low tilt players. As you probably noticed, I am a low tilt player, so if I can see a shape like this with my game, it's pretty likely that you'll be able to see similar success on the lanes with this piece. The second recommendation is for higher speed bowlers. The more I just fired this thing off my hand, the better it looked. It's so strong that it almost surely won't blow past the spot and creates enough angle that if you can just put the speed with it, the pins will just blow up as it rolls on by. The all-new clone from Roto Grip takes inspiration from a piece that was beloved by many, makes it better, and gives you the look to have scores that are out of this world. And you can pick this up today and much more at bowlersparadise.com. Be sure you use that discount code YouTube at checkout for free shipping. Thank you very much to Dale's Weston Lanes for letting us film this video. If you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more ball and product reviews. And as always, remember you guys, having the right ball in your hands, now that's a bowler's paradise. Peace.